for the Continental yarn hold, what you do is you make a loop. So you have your yarn, this is the loose end on the left, and you're going to knit the stitches out of that loop of yarn. Now this is just one single colour for one colour brioche knitting. If you were doing this for two colour brioche knitting, you would use 2 strands of yarn. I'll show you that at the end. So for the Continental yarn hold, because you can't hold the yarn in the right hand, you have to have the stitch that you're going to work into on a large needle. So there you go, you have that loop that you've made, you put a large needle into it, you tension the yarn in your right hand as you, in your left hand as you would. So there you go, and then you insert your needle into that wrap or loop, pick up the yarn, pick up the yarn, so you have one loop on the needle. Then you take the yarn forward over the needle, that's your second. I'm going to be demonstrating casting on 5 stitches. Go into the loop again and make another stitch, 3, yarn over the needle again, 4, and into the loop again, that's the 5th loop. When you have your 5 stitches on the needle, then you can just pull the loose tail end, and there you have your stitches all together. Now the wrap cast on using 2 strands of yarn for 2 colour brioche stitch. I'm going to demonstrate using the pink as my main colour and the purple as the contrasting colour. The wrap is formed, so you have the loose ends on the left, and you again just form a loop on your left hand. But for the Continental yarn hold, you just insert that, you put that loop onto a holding needle. Now tension the yarn in your left hand, but first of all it's going to be the main colour, so the pink. Now I'm going to form 5 stitches. I insert the needle into that loop, so through both strands, and I form the first stitch. Then I take the yarn forward, go into the loop again, form the 3rd stitch, yarn forward over the needles, and then into the loop for the 5th time and form the 5th stitch. So all 5 strands have been formed on the needle. I can take this sort of large needle out of the loop again, and if I take the 2 loose ends and just pull on them, then the stitches tighten and I have 5 stitches on the needle. So that's perhaps also why it's called the disappearing loop cast on. Now in brioche stitch, the stitches go to the end of the needle because I'm not finished yet. I'm going to do the contrasting colour now. So this is the setup row using the contrasting colour. With the yarn in front, I slip one, the yarn comes forward and I purl the next stitch, slip one yarn forward, purl the next stitch, and slip one. There you go. So now you're ready to turn and to do the other side.